All right, group stages are over. Let's take a recap and let's get to it. Let's get to the knockout stages. Okay, groups. Let's start with Group A and Group B. First of all, I wasn't shocked that the Netherlands won the group. I was more shocked that because I picked Ecuador to come into second. Senegal did good, and no one gave them enough. And I was talking with people. No one gave Senegal enough chances. They pulled off two last wins. They got 6 points. Give them all the credit. They deserve it, and they're going. They got a tough challenge ahead of them. Netherlands, on the other hand, definitely not surprising. The draw was surprising, but the fact of the matter is they drew with Ecuador, and I actually picked that. See, I picked the first two Ecuador games, and I thought Ecuador was going to pull it off, take top in the group, top in 7 points possibly. Didn't happen. Unfortunate. That's the whole point of, I guess, picks and stuff like that, right? So, Group 2, I picked Iran to be second, but that's only because of their second game that they played, and I was really shocked that they took out Wales. So I was like, maybe they can do the same to the USA. No, USA drew through their first two matches, pulled it off. USA number two in the group with 5 points, and England, of course, topping that with seven. Got 9 goals out of two. They're plus seven, arguably one of the more favorites to take it to the Elite Eight at least, possibly even Final Four, because that's where England ended up last time, was the Final Four in the last tournament. Yeah, not surprised Wales lost. Shocked that they took a red card though during the Iran game. I thought that it was definitely going to end in a draw, because I was looking at both teams and I'm like, yeah, I wasn't overly stunned that Iran's actually a better team than people expect. A lot of people didn't give those teams the respect that they deserve. I was shocked in Wales though. Like, I thought Wales, after how many years it was gonna take, it was gonna be at least some. They're gonna show something. They got put in a bad group, and it just seems to fall that way. Even the Euros, they get put into bad groups, and I feel bad for them because they're a good team and they're really passionate people, and it just didn't work out that way for them, and I feel totally bad for them. But yeah, England takes on Senegal for the first time ever in tournament history. So that England, there's still teams that England hasn't versed yet. So let's and Netherlands takes on the USA for the sixth time, with the Netherlands having a 4-0-1 record, only losing once, which they technically lost in 2015. The last match was a 3-4 victory. The rest of them dating back to 1998. Netherlands has taken it 10 goals to 5. So 4 of those 5 goals that the USA scored were actually in one game, which was the last game. So that ends Group A and B. Let's do C and D, and Argentina with that upsetting win by Saudi Arabia pulled off the next two matches. Not surprising. It's the Argentinians. Very good group too. Too bad Saudi Arabia didn't make second though. Like, they didn't weren't able to pull off the final game against Mexico. Mexico looks like they pulled off the final match. Yeah, 2-1. Unfortunately, Mexico would have made, on goal differential, they would have beat Poland and actually moved on to the round of 16. So, because of that, Poland moved on because of being 0 and in goal differential, and Mexico being -1, which is totally unfortunate because that was maybe the last time we're going to see the Aztec those that group of Aztecas. Really good, really passionate. I hope to see them, at least some of them, the young ones, in the later year in the 2026. So hopefully we get to see them when we're hosting. They get a couple of places. Canada gets a couple of places, and of course the USA gets to host majority of the cities for the tournament. Not surprised, because they have some nice places. Okay, so with that said, Argentina takes a +3 goal differential lead with 6 points, takes first place, and Poland with just a slight upset takes second. So France won their, and then Group D, France took their first 2 games and lost the last one, and Australia, which is second place, lost their first game, won the next 2. With only 1 goal apiece. 2 both clean sheets, both 1-0 victories, and hey, that's what they needed, because it beat out Tunisia and beat out Denmark. So then now Denmark didn't, people had them. I actually did have them coming out second. Australia is a Cinderella story. Happy for the Socceroos from down under, proving that you can play anywhere if you play smart ball. If you play smart, if you play hard, get the victory. And that's what it was proven. So with that said, Argentina will take on Australia, and France will take on Poland. Australia having only a 1-1-5 record versus the Argentinians. Of course, the Argentinians having the 5 wins with only 1 draw and 1 loss. And this is their 8th time since 1988. 12 goals for the Argentinians to the 7 by Aussies. But ironically, in 1988, the Bicentennial Cup, Aussies won 4-1. Ironically, how did that work? So 4 of those 7 goals came in 1 game back in 88. How about that? And yeah, last time they faced each other was a friendly, not too long from back in 07, and Argentina won 1-0. So they played them good back then. And of course, France has an 8-5-3 record versus Poland, and this will be their 17th time. Not just including international friendlies, this is Euro and World Cup. Last time they actually met, 1982 World Cup. Poland won 3-2. How about that? So we'll see those guys in the next round. And let's get to Group E and F. Let's start with the Canadians. Unfortunately, Canada is eliminated. They weren't able to pull off an upsetting victory against Morocco, and ironically, Morocco claimed first place with a victory over Canada, which pushes them to the top of the group. Croatia second, which also beat Canada. And Belgium was the 3rd place runners-up from 2018 are eliminated. So it's too bad, because that's another legendary group of players that are gone. Mexico, Belgium, and it's really unfortunate, because I wanted to see them move on. Canada, of course, is -5, losing all 3 matches, but we did score 2 goals, which is something to look at for 2026. Vancouver and Toronto will be given the rights for the games. And with that said, Morocco, Croatia both have 4-1, 4 goals versus 1. But Morocco, of course, with the 7 points, claiming first place. And of course, in Group E, with the upsetting lightning striking twice, the Japanese not only take out the Germans in the first game, they take out the Spanish in the last game, making them only lose to Costa Rica by a 1-0 victory for Costa Rica. Ironically, Japan, the Samurai Blues from the land of the rising sun, were able to pull off an amazing victory. Oh, it was so good. With that said, though, because Japan and Spain, of course, with the Spain claimed second, Germany is now eliminated. So not only we get the Belgians and the Mexicans, we also see the Germans gone. And that really stings because of the winning in 2014, and this is the second straight tournament they haven't made it out of the group stage, and it sucks. It really does, because I thought they did a lot better than anticipated. So with that said, Morocco will take on Spain for the fourth time, and same with the Japanese. Will take on Croatia for the fourth time. Morocco are winless against Spain, holding a 0-1-2 record, with 6 goals by the Spanish and 4 goals by the Moroccans. Japanese, on the other hand, have a 1-1-1 record versus Croatia in the 3 games they played, and they're both tied for goals and goals against with 4 each. So that showed, and the only time that when Croatia did win, it was in the World Cup in 1998 that placed third. Of course, in 2006 they drew, but neither made it out of the round of group stage. 1997, the Kirin Cup, Japan beat Croatia. That's pretty much the only records of that. If I was to take a brief back to England and Senegal, because they never versed each other and it is their first game, England's record is 6-3-3 since November of 2021, and that's including, not including the 2 matches they played in the World Cup. With those 2 wins, they would be 8-4-3, and of course, Senegal, since November, they've only played, besides the World Cup, even the friendlies, have only played African teams, which they're 13-3-3. 14-3-4, 15-3-4, if you include the World Cup. 2 matches. But that was the only time they've versed either, or other than African opposition. So, with that said, look at Group G and H now, which were just finished up in thrilling, absolutely thrilling matches. Brazil won their first 2 matches, but just lost against Cameroon. And Cameroon was so good. I was hoping Cameroon would have made it out of their group, but they weren't able to, with just drawing even. Ironically, 4 goals against, with 4 points. They placed third, which means Brazil and Switzerland move out of that group. And with Group H, Portugal lost their last match against South Korea. So unfortunately, even with the Uruguay's win, they are eliminated. So the Uruguayans, the Germans, the Belgians, and the Mexicans. 4 big groups. They didn't even make it through. Oh, and if you want to include another group, the Serbians didn't make it out. So yeah, Portugal will play Switzerland for the 26th time in competition, with Switzerland having an 11-5-9 record, and both of them scoring 34 goals each at 34 against. And that dates back to 1932, where Switzerland, it looks like, took the first match, and it was a World Cup qualifier. Or, no, it was the World Cup. So 1938. Sorry, I said 32. Yeah, 38. I apologize. But yeah, no, they 1938, and that was ironically the last time the World Cup was played until 1950. So, 26 times, that's absolutely amazing, and it looks like what's their faces have, let me see their record together though. Okay, so their record in competition, like serious, not just friendlies, but the serious competition is 5, 4, and 6, with Portugal favoring that in important matches, despite that the Switzerland have the overall record. So what's really more important, overall record or having the poor record in important matches like the World Cup? And I mean important matches, not just World, but Euro and whatever. Like there's other cups that they've been in. Brazil will verse South Korea for the 8th time, having a 6-0-1 record. The only time the Koreans ever won was 1999. They won 1-0. I'm pretty sure I'm actually thinking that was, I don't know if that was a friendly or if it was an important match. I didn't write it down. But yeah, 2002 World Cup, Koreans lost 2-3. And then they didn't see each other till 2013. And then again, they didn't see each other till 2019. And even in 2022, they had a friendly. Of course, Brazil won 5-1. So, all that said, I'm looking forward to this round of 16 because the Elite 8 will be something special, and I can guarantee you that it's going to be more than something special. It's going to be absolutely astronomical. Because this tournament has been nothing but surprising. It has been great, and that's it. We're done for this round. I'll probably get back to you on the 6th or 7th, maybe a day ahead, do some more research, because I just finished up my research, and that's it. Thank you guys for your time, and I will get back to you with more World Cup news, more NFL. I just want to separate the NFL and the World Cup, because, once the World Cup ends, it's going to be pretty much freaking, playoff time. So let's, I'm a Broncos fan, so it's been an unfortunate year. But with that said, thank you guys, and stay warm, stay safe. Love you guys.